Divinely guided messages for healing of the mind, the body, and the soul. Today's message is about compassion. Compassion. I am compassionate. What does compassion mean to you personally when you think about it? Is it a behavior? Is it something that you think about? Or is it something that religious people do? Or is it something that we all um, can embody and become like, and to become a part, to let it become a part of us? Compassion. I see all things through the eyes of love in my heart. It definitely has to do with the heart, and opening the heart. Compassion, being compassionate, can be a doorway into opening your heart. Most people, very many people out there, have closed off their heart because there's so much hurt, there is so much pain, there is so much struggle, there is so much uncertainty, there is just too much. We close it off to keep ourselves safe. It doesn't just keep us safe, it also cuts us off from a lot of things that we might want to have in our life. So the heart chakra, how can we open it? Compassion. I find compassion and understanding for those who are struggling and misaligned with themselves, their higher wisdom and purpose. I am kind and compassionate with myself and others, and I forgive myself for my judgments. Having compassion for self and others. So, we're all people here on planet Earth. We all come from different cultures. We are raised with different religions, different worldviews, different food, different clothes, different stuff. But deep down, we're all just people, right? People on different places on planet Earth. So Christianity, I was looking into different religions and was wondering, like, compassion. How is it with compassion in these different ones? And maybe there is something that is connecting all of us, even through the different belief systems that we have. Compassion in Christianity, it is a central virtue in Christianity. In Christianity, compassion is rooted in love, empathy, and selflessness. Compassion is a foundational characteristic of Christian living, and it involves understanding others, being able to comprehend the feelings, perspectives, and needs of others. And many times I know for people, like, these are things that we have to practice. Just because you become a Christian, it doesn't mean that automatically you're going to understand the feelings, the perspectives, and the needs of others. You're going to have to go within and to nurture and to practice these things so you can cultivate it in yourself as a human being. And so understanding others, showing care and empathy, asking to help, acting to help, and acting to help, like behavioral, putting in effort to help, extending mercy and sympathy. In the Bible, it describes God as being compassionate, gracious, and full of love. God as compassionate, gracious, and full of love. Would you then say that a person who embodies compassion, graciousness, and is full of love, would you say that this person is embodied, like, that holds God within them? God as compassionate describes God as compassionate, gracious, and full of love. So if you embody these things, then you are also carrier of God, correct? Or Jesus Christ exemplified these attributes. And he, through his actions, through helping others, through reaching out, through doing all these things for the people, he was demonstrating compassion to his disciples, to teach them to also embody the same qualities the same God qualities that he was showing us how to do here on planet Earth. So compassion is a big, big part of Christianity. And then I wanted to see Islam. Okay, so then we have Islam, compassion and Islam. And I know here in the Western world, a lot of people have a lot of bad feelings about Islam because many things, like we can misunderstandings, different teachings. There are so many deep layers to it. But when it comes to compassion, Islam, compassion is a central virtue, a tenet of Islam. Same thing as Christianity. It's the same thing. It's an important, very essential virtue in this belief. The Quran mentions compassion 23 times, and it is expressed in the Quran in many different ways. Caring for all living beings, including the environment, which it's also a living being. Caring for all living beings, including the environment. Showing mercy to the weak and the vulnerable. Practicing equality. So compassion not on status, on all these things, different things, but compassion for people. So practicing equality. Forgiving others. Compassion is seen as an expression of empathy and love for other people. The Prophet Muhammad and the Quran's teachings emphasize the importance of showing mercy to those less fortunate. So Jesus and Muhammad also was teaching the same things. The Prophet Muhammad taught that everyone should be treated with kindness and respect, regardless of social status. So he was also a teacher, showing kindness, showing mercy, showing respect, teaching compassion in Islam. And then I wanted to see, how about Hinduism? What does compassion look like in Hinduism? Compassion is a central virtue in Hinduism. It's considered to be a central part of a righteous life. So also in Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity, compassion is a central element of the belief, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. Compassion is great. And so that it shows up in all of these different ones is very beautiful. That's very beautiful. Compassion is a central virtue in Hinduism. It is considered to be a central part of a righteous life. Compassion is considered to be an action-based reality. Absolute and relative compassion, they talk about in Hinduism. It's applied to those who suffer through no fault of their own. Sometimes we suffer because of other people, what they did to us. And also for those suffering through our own actions. Sometimes we do stupid stuff and we suffer from the stupid stuff that we did, and that's okay too. It's just a learning process. But compassion, absolute and relative compassion, is something that they distinguish between in Hinduism. So ahimsa, love and care and compassion for all living beings, includes not thinking maliciously of others, using foul language, and avoid injury person or creature. So being kind and preserving all life. Karuna, to do or make. Action-based form of compassion. It is illustrated through stories and characters. Just like Jesus and Muhammad also showed and illustrated compassion through their actions. Also, Hinduism have stories and creatures and mythical creatures who also embody these characters and qualities and show how that works in their characters. And then we have Seva, which I don't know how to say it, but SEVA, actions of compassion, generosity, and charity. It is performed with no hope of compensation. So you don't do it to get something back, you do it from the kindness of your heart with compassion. And the importance of compassion in Hinduism. So this is nothing new. Like, compassion has been with us people for maybe, I don't know, almost the beginning of time. I don't know. Importance of compassion in Hinduism can be traced back to the Vedas, the sacred texts composed before 1500 before Christ. So this is a long time ago. Long time ago, they even taught about compassion. And still to this day, I find it to be remarkable that we as humans don't have more compassion crossing the lines of belief systems. We are people on planet Earth. We have been culturally developed. People still, if you're a person on planet Earth, you're a person on planet Earth. Like, and then if you're born over there, they're going to teach you their stuff. If you're born over there, they're going to teach you that stuff. And so how come after all this time, we've had this for so many years, compassion has been a big part of us, our teachings, not only in Christianity, but in Islam, Hinduism, everywhere, Buddhism, spirituality, it all teaches about compassion. So how come we see so much destruction out there and yet so little compassion? When so many people are under the umbrella of different religions, if you count it up and you add it all together worldwide, there's a lot of people who claim to be one of these. And all of those people should be cultivating compassion. If they don't have it from before, they need to learn how to do it. Compassion is a very central virtue in all of these things. So in my opinion, with all people claiming to be these things, there should also be more compassion in the world as a whole. Buddhism. Compassion is a state of mind that involves wishing others to be free from suffering and actively working to help them, concern for others, and a desire to help with no reciprocity or confirmation. So it's an open gift. They call compassion an open gift. It's a gift, an open gift. No returns, no reciprocation asked for. It's just an open gift. You just give. Based on the needs of others. This compassion in Buddhism, they talk about it can be cultivated. So if you don't really have compassion for other people, maybe you just think they're annoying or they're a pain in the you know what because of all this that, then you can cultivate some kind of compassion for it, like by in different ways. So how can you and me, how can we all cultivate more compassion in our day-to-day life? A firm commitment founded on reason, objective, it's cold, it's constant, and it's universal. So compassion is universal. It's an act that you give. It's about knowing that you are part of a greater. So they see all of us, everything together, like planet Earth, people on it, different countries. Yeah, we're divided. Different religions. Yes, divided again. Different, then divided again. So we divide. But at the really very baseline of it, like we're just people on planet Earth, right? So how about spirituality? So in spirituality, and this is like how I see like spirituality, sometimes they say, oh, that's like tarot cards and crystals and incense and all that stuff. Those are just rituals. Like in the church, you have the blood and the food, the wine. You have different rituals wherever you go. Excuse me. All these different rituals have different methods. So spirituality is the inner transformation. Spirituality is about the inner work that you do. So spirituality is always going to be a part of the different religions too, because it's inner work. It is aiming to become more compassionate. It is trying to learn different ways to become more compassionate. It is taking an advantage of the methods that the religions provide for you to go out and show more compassion to your community, or to contribute with more compassion in countries of where they don't have anything, or you go places, you contribute with your time and your effort. This is spirituality. Like, this is doing spiritual work inside of a person, the spirit, educating the spirit, getting more becoming more whole as a person by educating and developing the spirit. And so compassion is a spiritual practice. It involves feeling and acting on behalf of others suffering. It can be defined as a deep feeling of sympathy and sorrow for someone who is experiencing misfortune, along with the desire to help. So you're reaching out, you have compassion for them, for what they're going through, or for their life, or you can feel with them. It's not easy to be a person on planet Earth. I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how poor you are, I don't care where you live, I don't care what you've done, what you haven't done. It is not easy to be a person on planet Earth. There are so many things that we have to learn, that we have to do, and that we have to go through, that we have to experience. It's not easy for anybody. So we could have more compassion for each other just based on that. So spirituality, compassion is a way to open up the heart. So there we are, back again to the compassion, opening of the heart. In a cold world out there where people are like, I am not gonna go out there with an open heart, because you know what they do with the open hearts? Yeah, they stab it real quick. They're gonna take you out. But you can have strong boundaries. You can be kind and you can be strong. Like, you can have kindness. Kindness is not about what you do to me. Like, I don't care what you do to me. My kindness is because I choose to be kind. It makes me feel better when I am kind. It makes my day easier. It makes less worry on my mind. I don't feel bad. I give from the kindness of my heart. Whether you want to receive it or not, it's not in my power. My power is what I give and what I choose to give, and hold the boundaries. Don't be a rollover just because you're nice. Be kind, but be firm with it. And so open the heart. And this is compassion, is a way to open the heart. Some ways to practice compassion: recognize suffering. Don't turn away from pain. Rather, allow yourself to feel your own pain and others' pain. Nope, we're going to close it down. I don't want to feel this. It sucks to be a person on planet Earth. And yes, sometimes it really does. But if you don't feel the pain, you're going to stuff it down, and you're going to have to deal with it later in physical illness, all kinds of different stuff. So allow it, feel it. This is a learning lesson. This is going to make you like broader, more understanding, more valuable as a person. Recognize it. Don't turn away from it. Allow yourself to feel your own and others' pain, to recognize it. Take action. Respond with kindness and support. Have compassion for other people. You don't have to fix everything for them or do stuff, but you can have compassion. It's an open act of giving. And you can have encouragement. Like, maybe that's all they need in order for them to feel hope enough to, okay, let me try one more time and keep going in this life. And then they might be able to get themselves off of the ground, right? So compassion can have a big impact on the people that receive it, for sure. So when you're a giver, you never ever underestimate the power of being kind, generous, and good with your energy, and give it out there. Never underestimate that. You will get so many benefits from it. It will come back to you in so many ways, and it's never wasted, even if they don't take it and they trample it or whatever. You gave what you gave, and they gave what they give. You get what you give, they get what they give. So it'll even out anyway. Be kind, have a good heart. It's worth it. And open up the heart again. If you did close it, I've closed mine for many years, and I had to practice open it back up again. Take an action, responding with kindness and support. Expand your compassion to all cultures, different cultures. I don't care what kind of religion you are. If you're a person on planet Earth, I'm a person on planet Earth, then we're good, right? And whatever differences, that's just like details. And so I will have compassion. I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what you're doing. I will have compassion for you. And being mindful, expanding your compassion to creatures, all living creatures, nature, and the inanimate world. Be mindful. Be aware of the present moment. It's another way, like being present in the moment. And now just the air here kicked in, so bear with me. I forgot to turn it off. But so being mindful, being present in the present moment. Quieting the mind, being present. Now, compassion for what is happening, not wrapped up in your own thinking and your own head, but having the ability to be compassionate, to reach out. Be self-kind. Care only not just for others, but also for yourself. Care for yourself as you would care for others. And sometimes we treat others better than we would ourselves. So this is an encouragement to be kind with both. Why would you want to choose compassion though? Well, psychological well-being. Compassion, when you show and you give compassion, it's reducing your stress, it's reducing your anxiety, it's reducing depression. It gives a sense of purpose, to feel like you are belonging to something, to feel that you're a part of something, to feel like you're a part of an influence, like your life has influence on another life. When you are compassionate to another, like you never know what they're going through, you never know how they're going to receive it. And so you matter. It's a way to take ownership of this planet and to go out there and make a difference and matter. And so it'll give you a sense of purpose, cultivating a sense of purpose and fulfillment in your life. It will give you positive social connections. You connect with people, and like with compassion, you connect on a different level. It's fostering positive social connections, and it's inspiring reciprocal acts of kindness. When people receive compassion, it will give them an urge to also be kind. It is a very contagious behavior. It can lead to, so why compassion? Why focus on compassion? It can lead to increased happiness, stronger relationships, reduced stress, greater sense of connection, more fulfilled, more meaningful life, lower cortisol levels. With compassion, people recover quicker with compassion than those who don't get it. Compassion is a superpower. Go out there. I don't care where you live, who you are, how they raised you, or whatever. Just be compassionate. You will gain so much, and you will feel like such a sense of purpose and that you matter, because you do. And so the beautiful light in me, it honors, it loves, and it respects the same beautiful light in you. Till next time. Namaste.